Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about everything eczema. My name's Christine, and if you haven't seen any of my videos before, I suggest you go watch the first one just to get to know me a little better and understand my history with eczema and get to know my journey a little more. So I'm currently 9 months pregnant and I'm actually getting induced in 3 hours. So I just thought that I would throw this quick video together just to share how my pregnancy affected my eczema and what I did to kind of manage that and help keep it under control. So I didn't know that I was pregnant until I was 11 weeks into my first trimester. So a lot of the eczema related things that were happening to my body, I just kind of assumed that I was either stressed out or the weather, as it was winter, so I just assumed it was things like that was affecting me. I was getting really itchy and dry skin around my nipple area and my belly button, which both I've never had before, so that was a little strange to me, but you know how eczema is, it does its own thing. No one ever has answers as to why, so you just kind of roll with it, which is what I did. And I just kept putting steroid cream on it and it wasn't really going away. It just stayed consistent and itchy. When I did find out that I was pregnant, I set up an appointment with my dermatologist just to see if there was any additional information that I could get, see how my eczema was gonna progress or if she had any insight on that. You know, when you're pregnant, your body's going through so many different changes, and eczema is an autoimmune disorder, so I was like, shit, it's probably gonna go down really crazy. So I asked her and she pretty much told me that it's like a 30-30-30 rule where 30% people say it gets better, 30% say it stays the same, and the other 30, it gets worse. I don't know what happens to the other 10, but I would just say that they go under the stays the same category probably. So I was like, great, there's no real answer to my question. I'm just gonna have to ride it out and see what happens. So then going through my second trimester, I was noticing my face was flaring up a little bit. I was getting more eczema patches around my underboob and my underbelly area. When I talked to my dermatologist, she did tell me, okay, so you have these two steroid creams that you always use, clobetasol, triamcinolone. Triamcinolone is like the milder steroid cream that I use, so it was okay to continue with that. But the clobetasol, since it is pretty strong, just refrain from using that guy. So that's what I did. In any spots that I had, any flare-ups, I just used the triamcinolone, and it was pretty good. It worked pretty well throughout my second trimester and then leading into my third. When I got into my third trimester, I would say shit started going down a bit. My flare-up on my face was a lot more severe. It was harder to get under control. Eczema just all over my body kind of went haywire. My legs, my back, my arms, like everywhere. My husband really had to like help put steroid cream on me to try to like manage it. When I got towards the end of my third trimester, like around like the past probably 3 weeks, I decided to just use the clobetasol because I figured I'm at the end of my pregnancy, so I feel like I should be okay. I didn't use it every day. I tried to use only a little bit in those really bad spots, maybe like for 2 days, and then the third day would be like a breather, and then using for another 2 days. So just like having days in between where I wasn't putting it on my skin. I did refrain from using clobetasol on my stomach just because, I don't know, I felt like if I'm putting it on my belly, it was like too close to the baby. I don't know if there's any like scientific like research that could back that up. There probably isn't. It's just like me in my mind, but it gave me comfort at least. But the eczema on my stomach wasn't as bad as the rest of my body, so I didn't really feel the need to use that anyway. I just kept using the milder triamcinolone steroid cream, which I guess also kind of helped with not having to use that. So I have been using that stronger steroid cream for the past 2 or 3 weeks, leading up to today, obviously, just because I wanted to knock it out as much as I could before, going into labor. I just want it to be like one less thing to think about and deal with. A couple of days ago, I actually went to the hospital because I thought my water broke, but it was a false alarm. But when I went in, they had me like change into a gown, sit on the bed, do all that stuff, and it was really uncomfortable on the eczema on the back of my thighs, like those hospital beds. It's just like the plastic, it gets hot and sweaty and uncomfortable. So I was like scratching the back of my thighs so bad. So that kind of helped motivate me even more to try to manage my eczema before I really go in. I'm sure there's gonna be so much going on that I probably won't even be paying attention to my eczema, or maybe I won't feel the discomfort there because I'm gonna be in like hell going through like labor pains. But if I can like knock this out, just so again, it's one less thing, then, that's great. But overall, I feel like I was able to try to get everything under control, including my face. Like you probably can't really tell, it's a little splotchy. I would say like 2 weeks ago, it was really bad, very bad, like dry patches all over, red, super uncomfortable. So I do feel a lot better now with that, and the back of my legs and some spots on my arms too. So I think I'm feeling pretty ready now, like eczema wise. I think I got that down. Of course, with eczema, your whole body is really itchy, or maybe just certain like flare-up spots. My belly, of course, since it was growing, that skin was really itchy, and I tried really hard not to scratch it because I didn't want stretch marks. And then I was reading on Reddit, the best place on earth, that stretch marks are mainly genetic. So after I read that, I went to town on my belly and I scratched the shit out of it. And I can say, again, this is just my experience. I'm not saying everyone scratch your belly when you want, like obviously do what you want to do, but I haven't had any stretch marks yet. That could change obviously after I give birth. But as of right now, induction day, scratched like for the past 10 weeks and haven't had any stretch marks. So I didn't have a correlation there, and it felt great. I would say scratching my nipples and my belly button are like heaven. It's like amazing relief that I've never felt before. My belly button, I try not to scratch too much, but when I do, I savor every moment. Every time I scratch my belly, the baby moves around a lot. So I'm not sure if she's really feeling it, but I'm definitely feeling it. So I used a variety of products. Obviously, I talked about my steroid cream. In the beginning, I did put a lot of oil on my belly, like, of course, going with that whole, like, I don't want stretch marks kind of idea. And then after I read that thing on Reddit, I stopped. I did continue to use cocoa butter on my belly just because it made it really smooth, and I feel like it did help with keeping my stomach moisturized as it was expanding. And then I would say the saving grace for my nipples was Earth Mama, which was amazing. It's this organic nipple butter. It immediately soothes and moisturizes my nipples just because they are so tender and they do tend to like dry up a lot It's been like that my whole pregnancy, first, second, third trimester. I've been using it. I'm probably over halfway through. I know a lot of people use it when they start breastfeeding after giving birth, so it's kind of crazy that like I've been using it this whole time. But it has really helped me a lot, and it's something that I highly recommend if anyone's having that kind of issue. I mean, you can also use that as chapstick or whatever, like you can use it anywhere. I just feel like it was so amazing, like on my nipples, giving instant relief and making it smooth and soft immediately. So that's it for my video on pregnancy and how it affected my eczema. I have to go get ready for the hospital. I can't believe that after all of this tonight leading in tomorrow, I'm gonna have her. Hopefully my skin clears up and it gets better, but obviously that's not a priority. She is the priority. And hopefully I don't pass my eczema on to her. I feel really bad about that. But if she has it, then we'll both have it together and I can help her with any discomfort that she has growing up. Thank you again for watching, and wish me luck. I will see you in the next video next year, since I never make videos anymore, even though I say I will. Thank you.